Well, there you are. Again, Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today. So, my lighting. I got a light right in front of my face. Shit. Uh, Delphi murders. Judge needs shielding. Needs help, huh? Um, First, pray for Abby and Libby. Pray for their family. Pray for law enforcement. Pray for this judge. Pray for the district attorney. Pray for everybody. Spread those blessings. Also, if you want to support the channel, it's in the description for Zelle. And please like, share, subscribe. And let's do this. Give me 1 second. Got this here. Yeah. Sorry about the lighting. But yeah, something's not right. I mean, this judge, I think it was like WTHR, Channel 13. There's a clip that they did that it's kind of not good because this judge is like, well, for one, he's like, I'm the judge, like I'm the court. There's only like 3 or 4 of us. There's a girl that answers the phone, and then there's some other person, and well, she's out and about doing all this other stuff with the other courts, and shocking. I mean, I know it's a small town, but I feel for him, man. There's just not. I mean, okay, so you got to. For one, let me start up by saying I like Indiana. Okay, I used to play. I was in a band. I lived in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, fighting Illini. Hey, and we would play. And I know Terre Haute, so going east, you hit Danville, Illinois. We used to play there, and then there was another town. I thought right outside of the state line. Is that Terre Haute? Anyway. So I used to play there. I think I played in 94 or something, 95. I played like the state fair. First time I had a buffalo burger was at Indy. They threatened to arrest me because I was cursing on stage in the beer garden. There was this, Budweiser beer. You shouldn't have 21 or older, but they let people's kids in. And of course I was drinking and I cursed on stage, and the cop came up to the stage and, well, guess what I did? I told the band to play extra long, and I grabbed one of our roadies in the truck and go. And I did. Never heard anything about it. But I like Indiana. I'm not trying to, I like small towns. I'm from a small town. So this is why it kind of like hits me. I know this kind of behavior. Okay. For one, the prosecutor in this Delphi murder case, I don't think he's ever prosecuted. He was a defender. And he did like public defense. He didn't defend low-level drug charges and DUIs and shit. I'm not a deep diver, but I couldn't find any kind of he prosecuted the trial, and he was I can't find anything. Granted, I only looked for like 2 minutes, but hey, and no, I'm not. So let's just put this in perspective. So they go to the judge. It had to be the prosecutor and I guess the sheriff and whoever. And obviously he didn't want to do this. So did they domineer like, you're going to do that? He didn't want to do it. He said it's causing problems within the court. People don't do this. You're withholding the guy's sealing this PC affidavit, probable cause affidavit. You're denying this dude his civil rights, his due process. Now that might be, maybe they do have a good, okay, hey, we got other snitches out there. We're about to do more arrests and everything. But even if that's the case, you would still do it. Couldn't you redact if you just block out some dude's name or snitch 1, snitch 2, snitch 10, whoever? I feel for this county and I feel for the judge. When I heard he's like, it's me, I am the court. And that's another scary thing. One person. There's 3 or 4 of them and the way he said one of them just answers the phone and doesn't know anything about legal, Just think of how many calls. Oh, is he? Oh, no. But she's working like a rented mule, man, just answering those phones. Bless her heart. And the judge was like, I need some shielding. I need assistance. Help me. Why would he need, who does he need help from? From the prosecutor in these, what? You got to understand when you go in the judge word, he's a judge, man. What did they do? Like, look, you're going to do that. I'm going to be. Something is suspicious. Something just isn't right. The dog don't hunt, all that, man. It's, I mean, every day we're starting to see, they got a hearing the 22nd. The judge is, don't you, can you guys wrap your head around that? And what kind of authority do you have to go into a court to a judge and be like, no, you're going to be doing this? What, huh? Is it me? It doesn't make any sense. They talk about integrity. Well, dude, if you don't do certain things, this guy's going to be set free. You're denying him his civil rights. You're denying him his due process. For what? I mean, does anybody else think this is a mistake? They've already admitted that they've had to change gears, all this stuff. So obviously they made mistakes. So what else are they? What else could be? What kind of mistakes did they make during the search, or what have you? Come here. Is this going to be more inadmissible evidence? I mean, I don't even know if there is inadmissible evidence. I'm a speculative assumption, but that was one of my theories. Was that there was inadmissible evidence that they couldn't use because someone made a mistake? Simple human error. We all make mistakes. Dang, I spilled the coffee on the fingerprint or something. Nobody's exempt from. And be careful, people that don't. Oh no, not me. I'm not. Never. They do. We all do. I've done them I was in bands. I'd make a mistake like on stage in front of like 700 people. Oops. Just laugh it off. Keep on going. But this saddens me that a judge has to ask for assistance. Wouldn't he be asking? Why would he's not even asking law enforcement. He's asking anybody. Should I go help this judge? No. Somebody needs to reach out to this guy. And why isn't there? I get it. We have laws and stuff. Why isn't there somebody like an oversight committee or the DOJ or somebody can look into these things? Don't you? The state police are going along with this too. What's going on in that county? It seems like they're being contrary. You should do this. No, we're not. That's the simplest form of just people being contrary. It's a cottage industry nowadays. People do that in social media. No, that's it, Yes, no, up, down, But that also it's frightening. This should scare everybody, man. Because you can't lock people up and just be like, with no probable cause, seal it and be like, now he's in jail. Yeah, son of a bitch. I mean, no. You can't. If it happens there, that domino falls. Everybody's connected with that. Come on. This is a serious case. It's almost been 6 years. Yeah, I'm happy they made an arrest, but I got a gut feeling about something. And then the more I hear about this sealing, it's just kind of, again, you can redact stuff, can't you? Let's just say if they have CIs and snitches or whatever, and can't they put that, just block that out or use again, snitch 1, snitch 2, whatever. What is going on? Comment below. What do you think? Somebody needs to go talk to this judge. I mean, hell, man. Can't Murder Sheet go and do? He's a lawyer. Murder Sheet, where are you when we need you? Or maybe they already are. He'd know, and I'm sure they have friends that are, and this is right up their alley. You think they'd be like, yes, they come on. It's kind of like the 2019 presser, where it's just the weirdest thing you've ever seen. He might be in the room, and they're doing the wrong things under the guise of integrity. Again, I said it yesterday. Pick another word. That's not. Yeah, that's not. That word's not for you. Get a thesaurus and find another word you could use. Hey, my dog just chews on herself. Again, comment below. What do you think? Is there another case where a judge is asking for assistance to be shielded? I need assistance to shield me from this. When judges, see, they got to choose their words wisely, and that's not good. That is not good. And that poor dude. I'd have loved to heard that conversation. Did he say, oh, no, we don't do it this way? And they're just like, no, it's going to happen. Are they telling a judge what to do? That's bad. I don't know. Humble opinion, speculation, concerned citizen. Because it doesn't happen this way. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? I'm not a legal, none of that. And also I'm parroting. I've said this before, like a parrot that repeats what it, see all the evidence. That's what I'm doing. I'm just watching other YouTubers in the news. Again, it was like 13 WTHR. They did a little, it's only like 3 or 4 minutes, but spot on. And they did release they got a case number. They got a hearing on the 22nd. But it's not, it's suspicious, irresponsible, delusional. Are they delusional? Do they even know what they're doing? That's another thing. It's like, again, I hate to say this. I mean, Friday was a great day. They got him, Maybe they do. And maybe there's some rare instances where, but they can't they redact or black, just like a marker and put it, I don't know. Give them aliases or something. I'm talking about the people that will be witnesses, like the snitches or whatever. Snitch 1, snitch 2, snitch 5, whatever. Can't they do that? And what's going to happen on the 22nd? Those should be, you know what, again, how can you mosey into the courthouse with a judge and leave with exactly what you, obviously he was telling them, no, this is not a good idea. We can't, come on, it's just me here, man. And he said he is the court, like it's just one dude with a few assistants or whatever. It's not like, again, it's a small town, but I thought there'd be more, I don't know. Shit, that poor guy. He probably hasn't quit drinking beer or sleep. He needs some sleep. Because those phones are just ring, ring, every kind of news reporter is gonna, just see. And again, it seems like they're passing the buck to this judge. That's what he was saying, kind of saying, like, hey, look, man, I had to do that, huh? And he looks young for a judge. No, granted, I'm old and haggard. I'm in my 50s. I'm not like age shaming or anything. But that to me is not right. You don't go and just be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. whatever you say, and then go to the public and be like nanny nanny boo boo. You know, why is it they keep doing this stuff in this case? It's like they're tripping over their it's election, because what they're setting themselves up for is this to be dismissed. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if they whatever they did told the judge, they're not released. This guy can't get his defense started. You know, he needs that. They need to start working on this. And who's this guy's lawyer? The Richard Allen. Does he need, again? Um, Even scumbags need their civil rights. They need their due process. This ain't some old Western where, you show up with torches and get bud and bust into the jail or put people in jail for no probable cause. I mean, none of us would be talking about this if they would go by the book. If they would do certain, they're doing it. They're bringing the attention on themselves. You know, they're like masochists or something. They're like, they need some kind of like, don't you know? Don't you get it that you're going to be getting scrutiny from the judge? He released a statement. Again, go to Channel 13, WTHR, I think it was. Watch that video. They did a great piece on that. It's short and sweet. It's to the point. They did release certain little things. Again, a case number. But we can't have this, man. You cannot. It don't matter if it's a small town or not. Doesn't matter if it's a high profile case or not. Why is this case is so? Is there something else happening? Is there like a bigger? But I don't think the locals would. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around them going into the court and just basically telling the judge what to do. Isn't that what they did? Doesn't it seem like he didn't want to do this? And he's just like, well, you're going to have to. Why would they? What kind of power do they have over this judge? I mean, didn't Carter say it's all about power to you? And Tobe's face went red, and he's just like he's about to pass out and throw up and shit and everything else. Again, my podcast, excuse me for cursing. My podcast is not family friendly. I clicked that button that says it went for kids. I guess that's why I'm getting doxxed. Because I'm smoking and cursing. I get it. But this is kind of shocking to me. Like this even makes my gut even feel more because I had a suspicious mind and my gut was kind of now it's just like, oh damn, like really? Is this what you're doing? I guess so. I don't know. People need to speak up. It's at the point now where they just need to start talking like, hey man, protest perhaps. I mean, isn't it this or next week that they're having the they're having elections. Doesn't this seem weird? All this is happening like then out of the blue, they got this guy no one's ever heard of. Don't want to release the probable cause affidavit, which is public record. This should be like nothing. Just like, okay, here it is, huh? And I'm sure they could redact the names of witnesses, maybe, or where they got certain information. I don't know. Or maybe you can't. Maybe because that would be bad too. Maybe you can't use snitch 1, snitch 2, because then you could just make that up. Well, we got a bunch of snitches. Don't want to really integrity. See. It just seems like they're forgetting about the girls. Again, pray for Abby and Libby. It seems like a lot of people. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It seems like me. again, if I'm wrong, the district attorney that's in charge of this case, has he prosecuted anything? What kind of trials has he done? Or did he just do defense attorney, and pleading out and this, that, and the other? On what I could find was like literally like drug charges, DUIs. It's a small town. I mean, that's kind of expected. It's a small town, 3,000 people. You're not going to have like, you know, maybe you will, but I don't know. And didn't he get in it because of Robert, what's his name? The other district attorney, like resigned. Is this why he resigned? He's like, no, nope, 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 nope. I'm not going down that. Come on. Uh, because you know what, they're acting this way. Then this is what people are going to be asking questions. The news, journalists, the judge is asking for assistance to be shielded. See, again, he has to use his words wisely. Wow, a shield. What is a shield? Something to protect you. That's what a shield is. You got like old times you'd have a shield and a sword, You better have a pretty good shield. And nowadays it's probably shielding from the firewall on your computer, whatever. The shielding is a pretty extreme word, especially you're coming from a judge. You understand what I'm saying? You got to look into certain things. Then when his statement, he goes, I, the court, meaning he's the only guy that I, the court, huh? That too is kind of weird. Maybe they can't afford. Again, maybe there's not enough criminal stuff going on. They only need one judge. Maybe. Again, my humble opinion. Speculation, assumption, this, that, and the other. Comment below. What do you think? Especially if you live around there. If you're from Indiana, I'd like to know what, do you guys know this judge? Because they would know each other. The judge knows the sheriff, knows the prosecutor, they could be drinking buddies. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with that. It seems really suspicious. I hate to laugh, but I mean, we got a little this is dark, it's sad. It seems like you could almost predict what these people are going to do because of what they did in the past. So wouldn't you want to be safe? They're like, okay, you know what? We made some mistake. Oops. Dang. So we're gonna no. They seem to be doing this same old stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. And the other things that I've been listening to a lot of these podcasts, and they're just, I don't know where they get there. Maybe they're from around people, get a hold of their podcast and give information. But I've heard just crazy stuff all over the place. And now some of them are like backstepping on some of the stuff they said like just a couple of days ago. Because again, I get it. You're going with assumption, speculation, human nature. People want to be right. I told you so. That's everybody. I kind of pull back on that behavior because it'll get you. I don't care if I'm right. Especially in something like this. It's like, hey, we need justice for these two girls. We can't have this going on in broad daylight. Have a day off from school, and it gets, huh? If they were graded on what grade would it? Comment below. What grade would the law enforcement and the prosecutor get? Say if you're like a school teacher and you were grading, what grade would you get? Yeah, comment below. I have inquiring mind. I want to know. And What do you say to a judge? How do you go into a court and meet with a judge? And basically, they told him. Now, granted, he might not even know certain. I mean, obviously, he saw the probable cause affidavit, but doesn't he have some authority? Like, hey, man, I'm the judge. I know it's good and well. You guys want to do this, but you got to understand we have due process. This dude has his civil rights. This is not, we have to follow certain. And then now, just because that's obviously what you would say. No, we want this. Then the judge have the power to be like, hey, look, man, I get it, but we can't do that. And what would make him go, okay, I will? I mean, and then for him to release a statement saying he needs to be shielded. He needs assistance. He was like, there's only a couple of us. Me, the judge, the court, which I guess he's right about that. I got a person answering phones that doesn't know anything about legal anything. Then the other, and he said one of them was hired on Friday and started Monday. That is brutal. I'm not pointing the finger at them, but then you just started a new job. You know how it is under the spotlight of this case. That's all worldwide now. That is shit. Doesn't anybody else think that's weird? Is it, I mean, again, I know it's a small town. I know they weren't prepared. I know they're dealing with stuff they probably never dealt with before, maybe never again. But the letter of the law, you have to, you're a prosecutor. Don't you know this? You're in law enforcement. Don't you guys know this? Again, I'm pro law enforcement, man. I'm not one of the, hey, but you're going to get some flack if you keep doing these things. This tells me, okay, they're doing this. This could lead to a mistrial, thrown out of court, whatever it would be. Well, what else have they done? You see what I'm saying? It's like eating potato chips. You just don't eat one. You're going to keep on. It's human behavior. Is it just that, I mean, nobody's telling you no kind of thing? Oh, you're telling me no. You're what? Is it just small town politics? Like, look, if you want to be the judge, you got to. This smells to high heaven. This reeks of something. I feel for those people around there. Again, pray for everybody. Pray for Abby and Libby. Pray for their families. Pray for law enforcement. Pray for this judge. Pray for the district attorney. Everybody, man. Nobody's out to get anybody. You know what I mean? This is not personal. I don't know them. I couldn't do what they're doing. I mean, I'm just, shit. I'm an artist. But if you the public's kind of like a bull. If you mess with the bull, you get the horns kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm kind of ashamed of them. And again, I might be talking out of school. Maybe they're right on it. Maybe they do have to keep it back and this and that. But if they did, why would the judge ask for assistance? Did he ask them? And they're just like, hey, man, you're on your, we'll tell you what again, I grew up in a small town. I kind of know how these things are. I know that not again, it's just simple thing, nepotism, favoritism, cronyism, that kind of stuff. It's everywhere. You got to do certain things, though. You got to follow the law. You got to give someone due process. You cannot restrict their civil rights. It doesn't matter if he's a scumbag or not. Pardon me. And is he? I don't know. They're not telling us anything about this probable cause. Maybe it's because they got more things to. I don't know, man. It's weird. It seems like people again, they weren't ready, but it's spotlighting some, I hate to say it, like they're incompetent, or I don't know. Why would they do certain things? Why would they put that judge in that kind of situation? Like, hey man, like, damn, that's it. I mean, it feels like they're passing the buck. Like, hey, it's on you now. Hey, you take care of it. But I told you I didn't want to. Well, see, you can comment below. What do you think? Are they on the right track? Will they release on the 22nd or something? Do they just need a little bit more time? Did they say, look, okay, just give us like a couple weeks because we got to round up some perps or this, that, and we can? And you see, they might run and do, you know, could it be uncomfortable questions have to be asked? You know, I don't know. I feel for everybody. Again, pray for Abby and Libby, their families, poor families, man, and law enforcement, and the judge, and the prosecutor too, man. Sometimes in situations, everybody's told what to do, unfortunately. But I do this every day, right? Like, not necessarily about Delphi. And also, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, it's in the description for Zelle. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe today I'll hear some more stuff. We'll see. But I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.